Yes. Yeah, juicing, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do just water, definitely. And, you know, I would suggest if you're going to go into a fast, I mean, talk to somebody about it, but going into a fast, same thing like I showed you with the food processor, go with from your denser foods into your lighter foods, into your juicier foods, and then, you know, and then go into juices. And then if you were to choose water, you know, after about a week's time, 2 weeks' time of developing the heavy foods to the light foods, then go into a water fast. And the most important thing is coming out of a fast. And I find I can sometimes just switch off, especially the way I eat nowadays. I can just switch right into a fast. But coming out of it is so key because our digestive tract is not ready to move. Lots of different processes that have slowed down and maybe some stopped in a sense. And so getting those jumps started slowly is very key. So however many days you fasted, you should be doing first waters, juices. If you then, you know, go into fruits, you water them down, so the diluted foods, and then you go into the whole foods, and then you would go into the denser foods, on and on from there.
What would you do with your just one day?
With your one day, not too much there, but I still wouldn't sit down and eat a heavy meal of steak. I would start earlier in the day with eating a piece of fruit because it's still the lighter texture. And then I would go into maybe salads and some vegetables. You could lightly steam them and go from there. And that first day, I wouldn't sit down and have a big steak dinner. Yeah, yeah. So, and you had a question?
Yes, during your longer term fast, did you have, you know, were you able to be, let's say, off work and have time where you rested during that period? How did you get through the longer?
Good question. So I didn't. I was crazy and I had so much energy. Now I would like to do a fast and find the time to slow. So I've gone from calling it a fast sometimes to I want to slow, you know, and then I can really focus and feel what's going on. But for me, when I did my 40-day fast, the first 28 days, I was still going to the gym. I was crazy. Everybody know the game Twister? Mm-hmm. We were playing Twister, and everybody was dropping out. You know, a few people would play, and they'd come back in and out. I played the whole time. I did it for 2 hours. Finally, there were a couple of men, and they were determined to beat me, and I'm like, come on, everybody in, let's go. It was just crazy. I was so excited. And finally, they were all like, we're done. We're done. I'm like, come on, somebody play. What's wrong with you people? I had so much energy. It was crazy. And sometimes I only slept for a couple hours a night. But your senses are heightened, and I didn't need all the other stuff. I would notice when I was driving down the street that all the signs and everything just caught my attention. And it's some of that just tricks our brain into thinking of all the things we need.
What kind of juices did you drink while you were on this fast?
Most of the time I did water. But when I did juices, I did green juices. If I know that I'm going into a long, long fast, I spend a good week or two really upping the greens so that I have my minerals for my body to hold myself at that time. You know, some people think a fast is dangerous. A fast is not starving yourself. It's letting your body have time to heal. Look at all the animals that if they get hurt, they then, you know, just lay down, they skip their meal, they let their body do what it needs to do. So, and everybody's different on how many they'll do. Sometimes I can only do 3 in a day. I know other people that need 5 and 6 juices for the day. I can't get that many in. I don't need it. And we're talking having water in between those juices too. So sometimes if I do fruits, I will definitely dilute it so that I don't have the heavy sugar content. Other times I was just doing celery and lettuce because they're just high water content.
And what was your main purpose in doing that long fast again?
The long fast was a spiritual fast and a cleanse. I just knew I needed something else in my life. So that's a great question because there's spiritual fast, there's emotional fast, there's physical fast, there's political fast. So really deciding what you're doing and being true to your body, being true to your mind, and telling it what you're going to do. So I would just say to myself, okay, we are going to do a fast now. I am trying to, my intention is for you to heal. I'm not doing this to hurt you, because your psyche, your little inner child is like, no food, what's going on? So really, just telling yourself what you're doing, tell yourself how long you're going to do it. But the thing is, you can always say 10 days, but stop in 3, 5, 7. But don't say I'm going to go 3 days and then it feels so good and you go 10, because your body's going to get to not trust you. It's like that little boy that screamed wolf all the time. You really want to tell yourself what you're going to do and keep your integrity and stick to that. And if it's a long fast, wait between maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then you can go in and do it again. And your body's going to work with you much better. You're going to have a lot more ease. It's going to trust you. So, yeah.